Hello and welcome to my review of Saga issue number 10. This book I'm reviewing separately because here in the UK it was delayed a week. So while it was released originally with the books from the 20th of February, over here we got it with the 27th of February books. So I thought rather than have the whole confusion of reviewing it with my other books, I thought I'd do a separate review. I find Saga one of the most difficult books to review, simply from the fact that as a reviewer you want to try and add your slant to a book, your opinion, and there's not very much original I can add that hasn't already been said. This book is just fantastic from issue 1 all the way through. It hasn't had a weak issue. I've enjoyed it, and it's one of the few books that when I read it I get totally enveloped in that world, and I'm just loving it. You know, I've long said that if something happened to where I could only pick up 5 books a month, Saga would be one of those books. Anyway, this issue, Marco and his mom are still trying to rescue Isabel. What they thought was a planet, they found out is actually a giant egg and is about to hatch. So they need to find Isabel and get off the planet as quick as they can, and before it hatches. To make matters worse, the Will, Gwendolyn and the little slave girl have kind of located where they are on their way to apprehend our main protagonists. Like I say, I know this review is a bit vague. I haven't really gone in depth, but I don't want to spoil the story. I don't want to spoil kind of what happens, because it's just a fantastic read. I don't want to spoil anybody's enjoyment of it. As always with Image, I love their presentation of the book, the way they have the barcode on the back and on the cover, and you've got nothing else. You just can get to enjoy the cover, and I really like the way Image present their books. Pricing range as well. Image are just fantastic bargain. You know, always give you value for money. The ending is really sad in this. I will say that ahead of time, but I'm not going to spoil it. But I you know, it's one of those books, and I don't know if it's because it's creator owned. You know, like when I read, for example, Captain America, I know Captain America isn't going to die. That if he is going to die, that they'd make a big deal out of it, and you'd know months in advance that Captain America's going to die. So I know most of the time, but the thing is, how are they going to get out of this jam? With this book, because it's creator owned, he could kill off anybody. You know, probably with the exception of Baby Hazel. I don't think, you know, because it's kind of been narrated, the story is by what you would imagine is her older self. But, you know, with the exception of Baby Hazel, anybody else could die in this book. Anything could happen to any character, and nothing is safe. And as a reader, as a writer, that must give you a lot more freedom, because, you know, you can go any direction you want. So and this book certainly does. You just never know any of these characters are totally safe. The art, as always, by Fiona Staples is fantastic. I love this first page. You've got Marco, and you see me there. He says, "Please keep reading." And when you first open the book up, you're like, are they breaking the fourth wall here? But then you sort of turn to the next page and you see that he's actually talking to Alana, and it's a flashback scene to when he was a prisoner of war and she was the prison guard, and she's reading him the book that she really likes that her friends didn't like. As always, you know, so like I loved that first page and how it was on 2 levels, but then the art in the rest of the book is just fantastic. Fiona Staples gets so much expression into the book. This is definitely my favourite 2 pages of the book, as the egg is getting hatched. And of course here we go, our bounty hunters catch up with our protagonists. But yeah, as always, this is just a fantastic book. If you're not reading this, shame on you. It's just a fantastic read. You don't have to like sci-fi, because like there's all this crazy stuff going on, but it's grounded at the core by this relationship between Marco and Alana that I think we can all relate to, and that's the thing that grounds the whole book. It's well worth checking out. Get the trade of the first, I think it's 5 issues they did, or is it 6? I think it's, no, first 6 issues I think are in the trade. That's well worth picking up, and I'm telling you, once you got it, you'll be hooked. And as always, I give Saga 5 stars.